Light is on. Away they go. The Grey Concur on the inside jumped as well as anything. River Kwai away okay, and wider out Wingfoot. Spirit of Hope angles over with Supercut, and so does Hurricane Storm. Rose of Talac going between horses with Wingfoot. Further back Frenzel Rom, Just Anything. Dolveet is back about third and fourth last with Ice Doctor, and at the tail is Opera Symbol. At the post the first time, and it's Supercut headed by Hurricane Storm wide out. Back behind them Spirit of Hope, checking off the heels Wingfoot and Rose of Talac. Concur crowded up on the rail. Dolveet between horses. Out wider was Ice Doctor. Then further back to River Kwai, who's back about fourth last with Frenzel Rom, and the last pair Opera Symbol and also Just Anything.
And the top weight in front here, Hurricane Storm, as they come behind the hill at the 1400 metre mark. Hurricane Storm, the leader, leads by a length and a half to Spirit of Hope racing second. Third on the inside was Supercut, then Wingfoot. Rose of Talac was racing fifth, then Ice Doctor out a little bit deeper around Dolveet and the Grey Concur. Frenzel Rom next from River Kwai, then Opera Symbol, and last of all Just Anything. But Hurricane Storm the leader, and he's slowed them up somewhat now in front here. Carl leads by 3/4 to Spirit of Hope second. Third on the inside Supercut, then Wingfoot, Rose of Talac. Ice Doctor next around River Kwai from Concur, Opera Symbol, Dolveet, Frenzel Rom, and Just Anything starting to sneak up along the inside.
They seem to take an age to come out from behind the hill, so slowly are they going. They've crawled, going right back to a crawl, and Hurricane Storm is absolutely dominating the pace here. He's dictating the terms perfectly. By a length and a half, Spirit of Hope. Supercut, the rail third, is close handy. Wingfoot wide out. Then River Kwai and Rose of Talac. On the inside, Just Anything is improving from Ice Doctor. Concur hard ridden, so is Dolveet. Then Opera Symbol, and last of all Frenzel Rom about to move downhill. They'll quicken here, and at the 600 Hurricane Storm got away a length and a half. There's one getting a split. Just Anything's after it very quickly, and Saturday's performer Just Anything moves up on the outside to join in now with Hurricane Storm, Spirit of Hope. Then Supercut. Further back the others are struggling. River Kwai, and then Frenzel Rom taking a shortcut, but it's Just Anything travelling sweetly. It's a neck in front, and only hands and heels at the moment. Now a length, 2 lengths, 3 lengths in front of Hurricane Storm, but we better not give up on the outside. White Brigade, because Rose of Talac is starting to work home pretty well, but this is doing it sweetly, Just Anything. Oh, it's got it shot to bits, the cup. Here's Frenzel Rom coming quickly. Just Anything stopping. It's walking, Just Anything, hands and heels. It's got there. Oh, goodness me. Second placing Frenzel Rom. It wouldn't have wanted to be 10 metres longer. Back behind them, or some distance off, we've got Supercut together with River Kwai and Hurricane Storm. He tried to pinch it. Opera Symbol, Spirit of Hope, right down the outside. Rose of Talac, a mile back Wingfoot. He really doesn't like it heavy. Dolveet's put in a shocker, so did Ice Doctor and Concur. It wouldn't have wanted to be much longer. Number 10, Just Anything, with Marie Payne just kidding to the 6-year-old, and has scored for Kevin Myers, Dummy Myers, after landing the prize here on Saturday. So Just Anything winning on both days of the carnival. By Truly Vain from young Margot, raced by Kevin Myers himself along with M. Sullivan at S. Richardson. So wins on the double days. Some disappointing runs in that they just haven't handled the ground. Number 10, Just Anything, winning nicely and flashing home. Frenzel Rom from a long way back by undercut from Country Glow, Chad Lever for John Hickmott. And third was Supercut and River Kwai, I think essentially the main chances there. But the pattern is reversed. Now they basically want to stay to the inside. So, but as I said earlier in the day, nothing had been there on Saturday, and it's only just happening here later today. Okay, we'll keep you posted. Full numbers are coming through.
Righto, Ron, we'll confirm them in just a moment. Just Anything backing up after Saturday now at
racing, and immediately Arena dropped out to last. Not all that far from the leader Alf, however, and Circling Alf just shows the way from Prowl. Chavog and Brilliance an equal third spot, followed by Mossman, and then Confer a little over a length Arena and a half length on the outside Glamis. They race about 300 metres, and the New Zealander Alf quickens up and shows the way a length and a half on Prowl. 3/4 to Chavog in the centre, Brilliance on the rails, 2 to Mossman, a length and 3/4 Confer, 1 1/2 Arena, and a length the Glamis. 10 lengths would cover the field as they race onto the side and go over the crossing at the 850, and the leader is Alf, out by 3/4 of a length on Prowl, being tracked by Chavog. Brilliance inside Chavog from Mossman, and then comes Confer being niggled at a little. Arena second last, and Glamis is last, about 9 lengths off Alf, who leads the Sires field as they pass the 600 metres. Alf about a length in front of Prowl. Chavog immediately inside of Prowl, a length the Brilliance, followed by Confer, Mossman, Glamis and Arena. Around the corner, Alf first for home, 3/4 Chavog. Prowl lost a little middle ground, followed then by Mossman and Brilliant under length to Confer. Down to the 250, and here's Chavog racing out after Elf. They beat off Prowl, and then comes Mossman. Greg Hall pulls the web on Chavog. Elf is fighting back gamely, followed then by Prowl and Mossman. Elf, the inside, again got the better of Chavog. Elf, a neck in front of Chavog. Mossman in third spot. He might even get up for second. He will, but it's Elf. Elf has won the sires from Mossman and Chavog, and then came Arena, followed by Prowl, Glamis, Confer, and Brilliance tailed off.
On the Super Tab, number 3, Alf, 6 even the win, 2 even the place, 6 Mossman at $7.70, 2 Chavog at $1.40.
Alf, number 3, written by Greg Childs, has won the Sires Produce Stakes, has paid $6.20 and $1.90. Chavog tried valiantly to get him in the straight, and he started to weaken in the last 50 metres. And Mossman looks as though it might have just cut the Denham horse out of second. Elf, 6.20, 190. Mossman, 8.40. Chavog, 150. Elf, trained by Dave O'Sullivan for the Watson Bloodstock, managed by E. Watson. M.J. Chittick and the Forest Partnership Syndicate, managed by Mrs. B. O'Sullivan. A 2-year-old chestnut gelding Elf by Masterclass from Susie's Magic, a Biscay mare, and ridden by Greg Child. 362 are the official numbers. Elf first. What a wonderful weekend for Greg Childs, eh? The AJC Derby, and now he's booted home Elf in a magnificent display of pace and judgment there. Elf first, number 6 second. Mossman is by Success Express from Lycan Lady, trained by Clary Connors. John Powell has done the best of the 4 Connors representatives. Number 2, third, Chavog. Well, he's just not the horse that he showed us in the springtime in that brilliant win in the race, the Aurora Plate. But, well, maybe he needs a bit of a break now. He's had plenty. Maybe he needs a break, and he'll come back a pretty good horse in the springtime. He's by Danehill, Startling, Lasser, Luskin, Starmare, Jack Denham, Greg Hall. Now, 4th went to number 1. That was Prowl. Well, maybe the slip has taken the edge off him. He looked to have his chance today, although trapped a bit wide. 7, 5th, Arena, and 6th went to number 8, Glamour. Superfecta, 3, 6, 2, 1, 7, and 8.
Racing, away they go now. They've come out in a good line. Dane Quillo bounced quickly. Also going with It Looks the Goods and showing some speed is Persuasion going up, and also with those is Walnut and Drop Anchor. Settling down now, Walnut out wide being headed by Drop Anchor, and Bellavinda getting up on the inside with Gummy. Further out is Blazing Aura, one further back in the race then. Oh, there's one down. Oh, 2 or 3 of them down. A bad fall down the side here. Farayon's gone down. Nefertari's over the top of it. Danzig's Pleasure's down also. There are 4 of them down, and as they race before the turn now, it's Gummy in front of Bellavinda, Drop Anchor, Walnut. Further back in the race then Persuasion from Blazing Aura, Tycoon Princess. Further back in the race Resiska, and then Dane Quillo. It's a Giggle, followed by a Boutsky, and the field disrupted. Further back then was Nefertari. In the straight, Bellavinda the inside, tackled by Walnut the middle, and Blazing Aura down the outside. Blazing Aura and Walnut hit the front with about 200 metres to go. They draw away from Dane Quillo, finishing on fairly well. Walnut and Blazing Aura from Dane Quillo. Tycoon Princess nearer the inside. Walnut hit the front from Blazing Aura and Tycoon Princess and Walnut. Walnut scores 3/4 Blazing Aura. Third is Tycoon Princess or Dane Quillo. A Gap Persuasion further back in the race in a Boutsky. Behind those would have been Resiska, followed by Bellavinda. Then Nefertari. Further back was Gummy, Drop Anchor. It's a Giggle. Let's have a look. Our riderless horses everywhere here. There's about 4 or 5 of them down. Let's have a look over the back. Hot Peppers has gone down. The rider on his feet. Danzig's Pleasure's rider's on his feet. There are 4 of them that have crashed. The one in the all-white colours, Torlino. It was one of the first to go down. And Farayon. So there are 4 of them down here at about the 650 metre mark.
Number 1, Walnut, 260 and 150. 4, Blazing Aura, 620 for third. 7, Tycoon Princess, 430. 5, Dane Quillo, 360.
On the Super Tab, number 1, Walnut, 260, 150. 4, Blazing Aura at $6.10. Close for third, 5, Dan Quillo at $4.20, or number 7, Tycoon Princess at $4.80. Totes.
Bull Chase.
Set to go. CUB Great Eastern Steeple. And they're away. Caught them pretty well too, and one of the best out, Wicker Man from Wooden Duck, and wide out Just Dynamite and Cambridge Shy. Close handy out wide on the track now, making ground after them. Court Ruler followed just in behind them by Falero as they pop over the first fence. Cambridge Shy went up on the inside ahead of Falero. Around the outside, Tom T. Hall is improving rapidly. In fact, he's got a split between horses as they go to the second fence in the first circuit. Further back behind those then came moving up off again, and also there too is K-Canay. Back on the inside, Daring Enterprise. Brute Tambo headed on the outside now by going after them, the Sundance Kid around Monaco Bay. Back to second last, Summer Bay, and the grey in the race, Turkey Lane, was last. They're out into the back of the course now and going to the roll, the fallen log, and Just Dynamite took over, popped over the log about 2 or 3 in front. Second placing at the moment, now held down by Wicker Man. In fact, the leader's getting away a couple of lengths away to Tom T. Hall, and right there with him on the outside is the other fancied runner, Wooden Duck, 2 lengths off again. They were followed further back behind them by Court Order. Then came on the outside Falero, further back along the inside Daring Enterprise as they take the last one along the far side of the course, all jumping well for the moment. Further out in the track around at Falero, they were followed then by K-Canay, Monaco Bay, Brute Tambo ridden quietly, so is Turkey Lane. Cambridge Shy is one of the last with Summer Bay. Little Just Dynamite to the first of the downhill double, pinged over it nicely, jumped it like a cat. 5 in front, second placing Wicker Man, third on the outside Tom T. Hall as they complete the double the first circuit. All over it, further back behind those then Wooden Duck, nicely positioned fourth. Over on the inside off again, followed wide out by the Sundance Kid. Court Order between them. Daring Enterprise hugs the rail. Further back K-Canay, followed by Falero. Then came Brute Tambo as they take the fence in the straight in the first circuit. Back behind Brute Tambo, Cambridge Shy, Summer Bay, and also Turkey Lane. Down to the post in the first circuit. 2 more laps to go in the steeple, and the leader was Just Dynamite, and he steadies now. He's a couple of lengths in front. Second placing on the inside is Wicker Man. Third, 3 lengths away, then Tom T. Hall from off again, Wooden Duck and Brute Tambo. Court Order between horses. Pushing up the Sundance Kid. Over on the inside now was Monaco Bay. Falero next outside of Daring Enterprise. Another length and a half to Cambridge Shy, and over on the outside there, K-Canay from Turkey Lane and Summer Bay with him. Here's that first fence in the first circuit for the second time round, and up and over they go. They've fenced well. Just Dynamite still the leader. Shows the way a length in front of Tom T. Hall now being called upon. Third placing Wicker Man. Fourth placing off again as they go to the next timber. Further back then Wooden Duck between them, and they were followed then by Court Order, and Brute Tambo's made ground out wide over the Shillabee Road jump for the second time out to the back country. Court Order next, followed by Monaco Bay, who got a run up on the inside. Further back Daring Enterprise. By gee, this has been a keenly contested steeple. Then on the inside K-Canay saving every inch on the rail from Summer Bay, Turkey Lane, Falero, and last of the body was Cambridge Shy, but there's only about 8 lengths first to last as they bowl over the log. And now heading to the next fence, and the leader taking up the running is Tom T. Hall. He's a length in front of Wicker Man. Off again is there, so is Just Dynamite. Back on the inside, the Sundance Kids made ground. They were followed by Monaco Bay. Wooden Duck now niggled at as they take the last in the final straight, the far straight that is. Further back behind Wooden Duck, who didn't jump that well, Daring Enterprise. Brute Tambo making a run. Further back K-Canay. They were followed then by Summer Bay, who's back with Turkey Lane. About 4 then to Falero, and 4 away last of all Cambridge Shy. They appear to be running out of steam. Downhill over the first of the double, the second circuit, and it's Tom T. Hall calling the tune. He's a length and a half to 2 clear. In second place as they crowd over that jump, then going through on the inside Wicker Man. There's the other wheeler runner, the Sundance Kid, and wider out off again. Daring Enterprises getting out into open ground. Back on the inside Monaco Bay as they come to this fence in the straight again. Further back then came Wooden Duck. He's only 5 off them. Wider out Turkey Lane improved with Just Dynamite, and they were followed further back by Summer Bay. K-Canay the rail saving ground from Brute Tambo, who's gone back again. Falero back there with Court Order, and last of all Cambridge Shy. Round 2 completed now. They're about to go back into the steeple track, and the leader was on the outside, off again by a length to Tom T. Hall, who looks to be travelling well under the rider. In third placing Wicker Man. Monaco Bay continues to save valuable ground. Fourth the rail, outside of it the Sundance Kid. They're into the final circuit now. Wooden Duck goes up on the inside. Further back behind them then came Daring Enterprise midsection, and then came Turkey Lane, Summer Bay, Falero, Court Order. Further back K-Canay not travelling, neither's Brute Tambo. He's about to pull him up, and then Cambridge Shy, and last of all the early leader Just Dynamite heading out of the far side again, and the leader still off again, running a bold race. Off again goes to the Shillabee Road narrow jump, drifting out towards the middle. He's 2 in front. Monaco Bay again saves ground, and Wooden Duck nearly sat down. And one got into bother there. That was Tom T. Hall. Tom T. Hall has given up. He's given ground. And racing clear now as we move in towards the log for the final time. And it's the Sundance Kid. Second placing came on the outside. Turkey Lane, the Kangaroo Island Cuddy. He's coming after it with a big rush. Further back in the field behind them off again. Monaco Bay still on the rail. And then Wicker Man. Further back, Wooden Duck. Forget the others headed by Summer Bay. Some of them being pulled up out of the race. But the leader now, the Sundance Kid, comes to the last along the back. Jumped it by 2 to Turkey Lane. The grey sticking on boldly. 5 or 6 lengths away. Then came off again. He can hardly lift his legs. Further back in the field, then Monaco Bay likewise. Wooden Duck getting past a tiring Wicker Man. Here's the first of the downhill double now. And Turkey Lane's out after the leader. It's the Sundance Kid joined by Turkey Lane. The Kangaroo Island Cuddy comes at him over the last of the double. They've now got no more fences to jump. There isn't a fence in the final straight. And it's Turkey Lane, the outside, and the Sundance Kid. This little grey galloper from Kangaroo Island. Turkey Lane's hit the front. He's drawn 2 clear. The Sundance Kid, I think he's going to be robbed, John Wheeler, of his 6th straight in a row, because Turkey Lane, this gallant little grey from nowhere, he started to charge home, and it's going to be a South Australian victory. He's drifting right out to the crowd. He could nearly grab a pie as he comes down with about 50 metres to go, and Turkey Lane takes out the CUB Great Eastern Steeple. It's a hometown win, and he's getting a great cheer. He's won by about 7 lengths to second placing, the Sundance Kid, Eric Musgrove. Well, the 150 third placing, just not quite good enough, unfortunately, and then came off again, followed further back then by Monaco Bay, still coming in Wicker Man, Summer Bay for Lero, and all the others have been pulled up.
Great call by Ron Paps. Turkey Lane number 15 at $32.90 and $6.30. Getting a little bit tight in the last little bit, but I think after 4,950 metres and all those obstacles, you're entitled to. The Sundance Kid at $2.40 and number 7 Wooden Duck will be third. 15, 14 and maybe 7 on race 7 at Oakbank. We have to leave it there because they are moving in at Randwick for the Group 1 Ansett Australia Galley.
This time, and Yalla King dwelt Mr. De Length. Mr. Victory jumped out quickly, and so did Hot as Hell, Masked Party and Hockney right up there, and La Baraka's driving up into the leading bracket of horses, followed closely by Rock You over on the inside, then Natwar and Coogee Walk. A length and a half to Matombo, followed then by Unison, and well back on the runners Lusty's Bank, followed by Toledo, Yalla King, Millwood, and last of all is Flavour at the 650, and La Baraka leads clearly from Hot as Hell, Masked Party wide out third, Hockney fourth, Rock You fifth, then Natwar, Matombo, Coogee Walk, followed then by Mr. Victory. A length and a half, Lusty's Bank, Unison, Toledo, Millwood, and then Yalla King and Flavour as they straighten up. 350 to run on the Galaxy, and La Baraka a length and a half on Masked Party. Hot as Hell in the third spot, and then Rock You, followed by Hockney, the Kiwi, Coogee Walk on the outside, and Matombo on the inner. 150 to go. La Baraka from Masked Party and Coogee Walk clear of Rock You, but La Baraka giving a dazzling exhibition of galloping will win the Galaxy brilliantly. La Baraka from Masked Party and Coogee Walk, and then Matombo, followed by Flavour flashing home ahead of Rock You and Unison, and then Hockney and Millwood, followed by Mr. Victory. Hot as Hell, Natwar, good margin, Yalla King. Then came Lusty's Bank, who finished a mile away on the race at Absolute Toledo.
Okay, La Baraka number 15 to pay $7.42.80. Number 6 Masked Party at 4 even, and number 5 Coogee Walk to pay $4.40. Kevin Moses, the winning jockey. Now they are racing Sale.
Off on the outside, Linden 3 wide, Shining Prospect the centre.
TAB headquarters with the computer, because here on track, you know, we're still waiting. Okay, long live the tab.
Okay, running late.
Who's bred to be anything. She's by Hugh Clays out of Triscay. Both Sire and Dam were raced by Jeff and Beryl White. Sire and Dam were trained by Jack Denham, although Alan Denham, I think, had Hugh Clays for the best part of his career. Trained by Peter Hayes and ridden by Kevin Moses, who has spent a lot of time in the sweat box in the last 2 or 3 days to ride that a half kilo over at 50. La Baraka, a beautifully bred filly by Hugh Clays out of Triscay, raced by GJ and Mrs. B.S. Donay, trained by Peter Hayes, and Kevin Moses has spent plenty of time in the sweat box in the last 2 or 3 days to get anywhere near the weight, and congratulations to him too. Here's La Baraka coming back, a brilliant filly, and she ran them ragged to win the Galaxy. Number 4, Rock You, running on strongly, and 5th was number 16, and that was Matombo. He loomed up along the fence coming up the rise. I thought he might be in the finish, but he didn't go on with it. Those colours, you're probably wondering how you'd describe them. That is called royal blue with a gold cross of Lorraine and a gold cap. Very...
Now, Warrior Chief, Let's Cut Loose, bounds quickly down on the inside. Rembettiger showing some speed. Just behind those settling down now would be Buck Henry on the inside, Western Outlaw. Around them goes Iterum. Then Stonington and further back Bold Command when they settle now from Laird's Ace, Royal Snake, Jagabar. Peep on the Sly, a fair way back from Hedge. Gravestine and Seattle Hawk. Up to the 1400 metre mark they race. And the leader is Rembettiger, taking over a length and a half to Iterum, who goes up second. Third, Warrior Chief, Let's Cut Loose, fourth on the outside. A length further back, Buck Henry running fifth, a half or to a length then to Western Outlaw from Laird's Ace. Over on the inside, Stonington as they string right out, a length and a half. Then came Peep on the Sly. Further back in the race, Royal Snack from Jagabar, Hedge, and then Gravestine and Seattle Hawk. At the 1000 metre mark, they're not going hard. Rembettiger a length in front of Iterum. Two further back, Warrior Chief on the outside of it. Let's Cut Loose, one then to Buck Henry. Up on the outside, fifth. Stonington six back nearer the inside from Western Outlaw. Then Bold Command, Peep on the Sly. Laird's Ace and Royal Snack the fence. Three or four further back, Seattle Hawk around Hedge and Jagabar. Two to Gravestine. Inside the 600 metre mark they race now, and as Rembettiger a length in front of Iterum, about two or three further back is Let's Cut Loose to third. Outside at Buck Henry from Stonington. Further back, Warrior Chief dropping out from Western Outlaw. Bold Command, Laird's Ace, Peep on the Slide, 10 lengths off them. Then Seattle Hawk and a long gap, Hedge doing nothing. On the turn they race. Rembettiger 1.5, Iterum a length further back. Let's Cut Loose up to third. Then came Buck Henry and further back Stonington. Rembettiger in front from Iterum down at the 280 metre mark. A length further back, hands and heels, Let's Cut Loose, making some ground. Rembettiger a length in front of Iterum. Let's Cut Loose under pressure from Western Outlaw. Rembettiger a half in front. Iterum trying to pick it back from Let's Cut Loose. Peep on the Sly late, but Rembettiger all the way wins a length and a half on the run home. Second is Iterum. Peep on the Sly may grab third from Western Outlaw. Laird's Ace out wide. Then further back, Let's Cut Loose. Hedge only got going late. Then Stonington further back, then Bold Command. Behind those, Buck Henry, followed by Seattle Hawk, Royal Snack. Then Jagabar. Well back in the race would have been Warrior Chief, and near the tail is Gravestine.
Number 10, Rembettiger, 16.60 and 4.30. 4 Iteram, 3.40. 1 Peep on the Slide, $2.50.
On the Super Tab, number 10, Rembettiger, to pay $15.90 the win, $4.70 the place. Number 4, Iteram, to pay $3.40. 1 Peep on the Sly at $2.30.
Set. We're all in. Unfortunately, I can't see the start here because of buses. I'll just rely on the red light when it comes on, so bear with me. There's the red light, so they are set. And they're racing, and Fragment was prominent early with going fast in the early part, Lake Newland, and over on the inside, Mr. Satisfaction. They were followed up in that division too by Raffin Times. A length and a half to Mine Gold, pushing away through the ruck, and Bo Karakun Preacher there, so is Kalimna. Century Flag wide, followed by Palace Lord, and last of all as they settle is Pride of Tartan. Going to the 700 now, and Mr. Satisfaction the inside, and on the outside, Lake Newland show the way. About 2 lengths in front, third placing Fragment. Further back then, Mine Gold needing room on the inside. Over on the outside, Kun Preacher, followed further back between horses by Raffin Times, and they've got away from Century Flag. Bokara improving, and then Kalimna back in behind those then as they turn for home. Back there, well back too, was Palace Lord, and with it was Pride of Tartan, but Mine Gold gave them the slip at the top of the straight. Got a length in front. Lake Newland and Fragment are after her. Further back, Mr. Satisfaction. Lake Newland goes to the outside. Mine Gold goes to the inside. Lake Newland out wide's hit the front now from Mine Gold. Lake Newland started to draw clear, running on Pride of Tartan. Mine Gold comes back on the inside. Pride of Tartan, Lake Newland out wide. Mine Gold the inside. They're across the track, all over the shop. Pride of Tartan. Second placing, Palace Lord or Mine Gold. Between them, Bokara. Wide out Century Flag, Lake Newland, followed then by Raffin Times. Then came Fragment, knocking up Kalimna Kun Preacher, and Mr. Satisfaction showed great speed but capitulated in the straight. Pride of Tartan, I believe, has won this from about 2 away from the outside. Lake Newland hit the front, headed Mine Gold. She came back. And then Pride of Tartan got through. Palace Lord late on the scene. And there's the picture. It tells the story. They're all over the shop. But Pride of Tartan will get the prize here, I fancy. Mine Gold's back on the inside. Palace Lord late between them. Beau Curra not far away either, late on the scene, but I fancy Pride of Tarleton to get this, which means no one's got the 4 trailer. It will jackpot. There was only one live ticket, that was on Mine Gold. And that tells the tale of the day punting-wise, doesn't it? So Pride of Tarleton will be first. Official placings are coming through. Number 13. 12 is second, Palace Lord. 4 is third, Mine Gold. 7 is fourth, Beau Curra. And we'll have 5th shortly. Thank you. So the winner, number 13, Pride of Tarleton, Damien Holland for Russell Cameron. Palace Lord second, Philip Cole for Paul Cedar. And third placing to number 4, Mine Gold, Jason Holder for Leon McDonald. The winner is raced by A. Hansbury, M. James, D. Weir, D. James, M. Chalmers, Mrs. M. A. Carrig, and is a 4-year-old chestnut gelding by Bureaucracy from Star Mill. In a bit of a nightmare finish with horses all over the extent of the track. As I come back to you, Matthew, lovely story out of the Great Eastern today. This horse that won it, this little grey horse, Turkey Lane, only won his first steeplechase 3 runs back. That was at Gawler. He wasn't nominated. They put in a late nomination, and here we see some $71,000 and $4,500 in trophies later. What a great story for a horse that you would look upon as being an inexpensive purchase in any sense of the word. And, well, it just goes to show that the small man can win big in racing.
Yes, a terrific story. Brian Searle, the trainer, and Adam Kent, the jockey there. We're so used to seeing B. Scott and John Wheeler next to the winner of the Great Eastern Steeplechase. So that's been the case for the last 4 or 5 years. Good to see a lesser profile, but certainly some people with great ability when it comes to jumps horses. Brian Searle and Adam Kent getting the money there this afternoon, but putting an end to that big bonus for Eric Musgrove and putting an end to the winning streak of John Wheeler in that race. Now we've got the JRA plate coming up at Randwick, race number 6.
But they're off and running this time. And one of the best to jump away was Western Approaches. Dibbles Dane out pretty well. Third is Foramore. Then comes Sir Rossi, Deep Snip, Monterey Bay and Waikika. Captivating Indianapolis, and then a break to Cybele over on the inside. Next is Star Covet. A length back in the saddle, One Praise Indeed, and a half length the Magic on the outside. Working towards the back of the course over the 1600 crossing, and Dibbles Dane shot to the lead from Sir Rossi. Western Approaches third on the inside of Waikika. A length into Captivating, followed by Cybele in the centre, and then Deep Snip followed closely by Foramore. 2.5 lengths further away in the race, then comes Monterey Bay. Cybele has got back a little now over on the inside, Star Covet, and then Indianapolis, a length and a half to